everyone, my name is Elizabeth, this is Frizzy Lizzie Stitches, and today is Flosstube number 42. Alright, so it's been 2 weeks since my last video, staying on schedule. It is April the 16th, 2023. Piper was being a little feisty, not feisty, she just was being chased around by her brother. So I have put this heating pad right here in hopes that she will kind of lay down and take a nap. Which I think she's slowly kind of getting comfy. So yeah, let's see, not too much has been going on the past couple weeks, I guess, but today I have this plant. This is like totally random. I have this plant. It's known as a Chinese money plant. And my friend had one and had like a little baby from it that she gave to me. And so this is like the only plant that I have. And mine has grown to be very what they call leggy. I'll see if I have a picture, I could throw it up, but anyway, I read that to fix the legginess, if it has gone beyond repair, then you literally just chop the leaves off, like the stem, and then you end up with two plants, because the other one you put in water to let it propagate, and then the other one you just leave in the pot, and then it'll grow new sprouts. So we'll see what happens. There is a very strong possibility that I just killed my only plant, but we'll see. So basically I had the little water, or had the leaves in the water bottle by the window, and she knocked it over, spilled some water on the carpet, so I had to pick that up. And anyway, I always have a hard time starting to film because number one, I'm nervous every single time. Number two, the animals usually are either like not doing anything at all, or they're very chaotic, and if they're chaotic, I am too distracted to do anything. So here we are. But I think we're good. She looks like she's getting comfy. So we'll just have a little sleeping Piper in the corner of the video today. But yeah, anyway, that's a little, short story about my plant and starting a Flosstube video. So anyway, I have definitely been enjoying the spring weather. It has been absolutely beautiful here in Ohio, and very sunny. Like the highs are in like the low 70s, and unfortunately I think it's supposed to be, there's supposed to be a cold day, maybe tomorrow or the next, but I think it's supposed to warm back up again. So anyway, I'm excited because like everything is green and there's flowers blooming, and it's just very uplifting. So yeah, and then the past couple weeks I spent about 20 hours worth of stitching time. I feel like that's less than normal, but that's because there were some other things that I did. I have made a couple gifts for some people that I'm going to be meeting at Stitch North, and then I also finished my Stitch North small, so I spent some time FFOing that yesterday. But yeah, not too much else is happening, just chugging along, living life, I guess. I have been obsessed with Melanie Martinez. She has a new album called Portals that came out maybe 2 weeks ago, and I've really been enjoying that. She's definitely like a grungy pop type artist, so definitely not for everybody, but I really like the weird quirkiness that she gives to the pop music industry. So yeah, that album has been on repeat. And yeah, I made some spaghetti cupcakes last weekend. I know that sounds really weird. They look like this. I'll put a picture up. They were red velvet cupcakes, and then I made buttercream frosting that I piped on to look like noodles. And then the meatball is a Ferrero Rocher, and the sauce is strawberry jelly. So anyway, I had seen this idea like, I don't know, I think when I was in middle school, so like late 2000s. It was super popular, like cupcake decorating was super popular, so like Cake Boss and Georgetown Cupcakes and all those shows were coming on, and I feel like a lot of people released like cupcake decorating books. And so this was an idea that I saw in one of those books forever ago. And I was like, oh, that's so easy. Anybody can do that. And it's just been like sitting in my brain for that long. And I finally decided to just do it. So yeah, that was fun. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get into the stitching today. I do have, let's see, I have 4 projects to show you, except for one of them is my FFO. So in this video, I'm going to show you like a sneak peek of it. So I'm going to show you the back of my finish, which it doesn't sound very exciting, but it'll be cute, promise. And then, but you'll see the full thing after Stitch North in my Flosstube that is going to be posted after Stitch North. But I am going to film that clip now, so you'll see like past Elizabeth in the future. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, the other 3 things you're gonna get full access to. And yeah, I think it'll be a good video. So let's get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my little secret Stitch North small. So this I did finish into a pillow. I actually did buy some of they call it lizard litter. But it's funny because I ordered it from Amazon and it literally has like birds on the bag, so I guess they use it for bird enclosures too. But anyway, it's basically just crushed walnut shells. So I used a mixture of that with polyfill. And honestly, this is only my 2nd pillow that I made, but I'm pretty proud. So this is the back of my stitching. I finished it with this little red floral fabric, and I did do like a center seam where this is where I stuffed it. And then this is the same fabric that my stitching is on, which I'll show you later. And I just put Stitch North 2023 and I glued it to the back of the pillow. So I'm super excited. It's basically about the size of my hand. It's so cute. I really want to keep it, but I know that I do want to participate in the Smalls Exchange. But I think someone will be very proud to give this a home. So that's all I'm going to show you today, but while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and film my little clip for next time. Alright, so let's get into the stuff that I can show you all the details. Let's see, so I basically stitched, I stitched 3 projects. 2 of them are Lola Crow, so be prepared for Lola Crow fan club. But anyway, so the first one I have to show you is my Haunted Library. I have this on my Whipco board, and what else? Oh yeah, I was trying to like get in a lot of progress on this before the Greenhouse of Oddities started, but that was kind of like a ridiculous goal because I'm like literally 60% done with Haunted Library. There was no way that I was going to finish it before then. So yeah, anyway, raise your hand if you also make ridiculous goals for yourself. But anyway, I started working on the Whipco section that was called for me, which was to work on I think it's chapter 7, Long Live the King, which is in reference to Stephen King. So this is what the chart looks like, and then this is what it would have looked like last time I showed it to you. And it is in the Q-snap, apologies. And also if you're not a fan of clowns, maybe skip ahead a few minutes. But anyway, this is where my Haunted Library is at. So I've been working in this section of the bookcase right here. So we have Pennywise from It, and then we have the Red Rum from The Shining, which is funny because when I film my videos, everything is flipped in a mirror image so I can actually see that it says murder, which is quite funny. But anyway, yeah, so, and then I have a bunch of books that I need to fill in. I think that's all the motifs in this section other than the books, so I just have a lot of books to fill in, which is kind of time consuming because you just have to change the color of your thread a lot because there's so many different color books, but it's all good. I'm also I never finished the Headless Horseman section, so as I'm filling in the books for this one, I'm also going to be filling in what books are left on this section. But I do plan on taking this with me to Stitch North and getting in some good progress. Hopefully I can complete my Whipco goal and possibly get some more progress in on like the stairs or something. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's what this is looking like. as I was stitching, so Bobby has been, this past week he's been on vacation, and so he's had a lot of time to play Zelda Breath of the Wild, because he did not get to play it just because med school and studying and everything. But the new game, Tears of the Kingdom, comes out this summer, so he's trying to play Breath of the Wild just to kind of get excited for the new game. And anyway, so I was stitching on this while he was playing Zelda, and as I was stitching the red rum, I just kept being like, red rum, and he was like, please stop, that's really creeping me out. So anyway, I really love The Shining. Both the movie and the book are fantastic. The book is way better, just FYI. But yeah, I've only read 2 Stephen King books, The Shining and Salem's Lot, and honestly, both of them, like 10 out of 10. I really just need to make it my goal to like read more Stephen King, because he really is a fantastic author. So, all right, but that's gonna be it on my haunted library for now. Hopefully I can get in some more stuff, more progress on it soon, because I would really like to finish it ASAP, because I just love it. All right, so we're gonna take a break from Lola for a second and talk about my next project that I worked on, which was Sweetheart Campfire by Kinkade. And I just got this chart from an Etsy seller. I don't even think it's listed anymore. But anyway, this is what it's going to look like. And then this is what it would have looked like last time I showed it to you. And then this is what it looks like now. So I actually printed out a little photo of the chart, just because every time I stitch on this, like, I never really have the big picture in mind, because I'm working on such tiny sections, and so I thought it would be nice to put a little picture there so that I can kind of see what I'm working towards. I'm going to move it down here though so you can see my stitching. It is starting to storm outside, so it's getting really windy and dreary outside, which is why it looks really bright on this side, because that's where my ring light is. But anyway, so this is Sweetheart Campfire. I think last time I showed it to you, I had just finished the little point on this side where this lamppost is. I have put in like 5.5 hours, and my goal for WIPGO is to do 8 hours, so I just have a little bit more to go. I would really like to finish that goal before I go to Stitch North, because this is just too big of a project for me to take with me. So yeah, that's the plan. But yeah, I basically did like a whole diagonal, and then I started on a second diagonal. So I'm not gonna worry about stitching up here because there's stuff over here, but I did this, and then as you can see, I'm starting to trickle down the diagonal. So anyway, we'll see where, I guess, what, 3.5 more hours get me? No, 2.5. 2.5 more hours. So, and I think even if 2.5 hours doesn't get me all the way down here, it probably won't. I will definitely finish this diagonal before I move my Q-snap, and then I will move my Q-snap up this way so that I can work on the top half of these diagonals that I've done, because you can see here that I've got a gap there. So yeah, that'll be my next course of action, I suppose. But just talking full coverage, I guess, for a moment. This project is massive. I think it's like 164,000 plus stitches, and I currently am at 8.5%. So if you look at this picture right here, I basically have like that done. So I was like, I think in my last video or the video before, I mentioned something about how it might be cool to have this finished by my 30th birthday. And then I slowly realized how ridiculous that is, because I started this in 2021. So I guess I would have been 25, and I'm 27 now. So that basically means I would be halfway done between start and finish, and I'm not even close to 50%. So not that I need to meet these goals for any particular reason, just kind of, I guess, as a motivator to keep chugging. But I do think I'm going to try to make it a stretch goal to get to 50% by my 30th birthday. I think that might be more reasonable because I am almost to 10%. And like I said, I have like 2.5 years until I turn 30. So yeah, anyway, we'll see how close I can get to 50% before the time that I turn 30. That will be kind of what we're looking into. I definitely will have to do some math to see how many stitches 50% is, and then how many stitches I need to get there, and then divide that out over like how many months until I turn 30 to see how many stitches per month that would be, because I have not done that yet. Because I feel like anything more than like 2,000 or 3,000 stitches a month, it would be a little hard. Especially since this is not the only thing that I stitch on. So anyway, that's kind of all I have to say about this for now, I guess. Alright, so jumping back over to Lola Crow. She has a new stitch along that started on Friday, April the 14th, and it is called the Greenhouse of Oddities. It is a mystery stitch along, so this is what has been released so far. I believe we have 6 weeks to work on the general framework of the greenhouse before what she calls the first planting arrives, which is going to be, I guess, part 2. But yeah, so this is where I got to. I did start this on Friday, and honestly, it was kind of a bummer because, I did a top middle start. I am so bad at telling you guys what fabric I'm using. I didn't even tell you on my Haunted Library. I'm gonna do better on this one. So anyway, I'll just go ahead and say that before I forget again. This is 36 count linen, and it is Oyster Shell by Fox and Rabbit. And honestly, I think this is gonna fit perfectly on here with a 2-inch margin all around, because it is a fat eighth. And this chart is like, I don't know, 200 something by 180 something, but anyway, it's gonna fit. So, and I'm stitching with 2 strands of floss over 2 linen threads. I do like the plushness of 2/2 on 36. But anyway, this is DMC, and I did a top middle start. So I started up here, I went down, and then I was gonna do all these swirly bits, but when I did this side first with the crow attached to it, but I counted off of this leg instead of counting off of this leg. So I had this whole swirl and this crow stitched Friday night, and then I realized that it was in the wrong spot, so I had to frog it. And then I just put it away, and I was like, it's fine, like I got a start on it, it's cool. And then yesterday I redid my mistake, and then did the other swirly side, and then started coming down to do the little arch bits. So anyway, this is gonna be a beautiful Sal. I'm so excited to be doing it. And I'm just pumped. I absolutely love her designs so much. And side note, this is a new grime guard. When I went to Keepsakes for my birthday, I bought a second Q-snap. This is an 8x8, by the way. But I only had 1 grime guard. Well, okay, I have 2 grime guards, but the first one is one that I made like a while ago, and I guess the girth of it is just way too big, and it like eats up a bunch of the stitching space in the Q-snap, so I just don't use it anymore. And so I really only had 1 that I liked, and so I was kind of frustrated with not having, because I was taking the grime guard off and putting it on another project, even though I would leave that project on the other Q-snap. So anyway, now I have 2 grime guards. This one is a little hodgepodge because she's got 2 colors going on. I did not have a piece of fabric that was long enough, so I had to make one that was long enough, but you know what? I think it looks great. It looks pretty cool. So this is leftover fabric from a book sleeve that I made. But yeah, anyway, so new grime guard, new chart. This needle minder is from Mad Reminders. Oh, and this needle, so I had bought some fancy needles. I say fancy because they're not DMC. But I bought some Peacemakers and some John James. And this is a Peacemaker that I decided to start with. And holy cow, I love it. It is so easy to thread because the eye is so big. And honestly, I think, and I haven't tried the John James one yet, but just looking at it, the eye is a lot skinnier than this, the Peacemaker. But yeah, I think I will definitely be buying more Peacemakers in the future because I love how easy they are to thread. So if you have a favorite needle, you have to let me know. I used to think it was just kind of like, whatever, it's just a needle. But I can see why people have a preference, so. But anyway, this is, I spent, let's see, 3.5 hours on this. But honestly, I think half an hour of that was me ripping out the first time I stitched the crow, so it's fine. Alright, so that was all of my stitching that I worked on. Like I said, about 20 hours in total between all of those. I did spend time finishing stitching my Stitch North Small, so that also kind of added up in there. And let's see, the next section is going to be haul. So I really don't have a lot of haul, but I did have some items that I wanted to share with you. So the first one is my Color and Cotton Floss of the Month Club. I am in the 3 skein all colors, and this is what we got this month. I'm gonna take it out of the bag because I feel like the glare from the ring light is not doing it any good. Let's see. So yeah, we've got bluegrass, reggae, and ragtime. How cute, it's all types of music. But yeah, super pretty, super beachy. Totally reminds me of Megan from Georgia Girl Stitching. But yeah, oh, so pretty. So that's that. And then the next thing that I bought was not cross stitch related, but still very crafty. So this bag is not new, but the stuff in it is. So I made some, okay, hold on. It kind of segues into this too. So I made this like, I don't know, last fall or something, but it's just like, I'm calling it a friendship bracelet for scissor fob because it's a friendship bracelet, but I'm not wearing it as a bracelet, it's on my scissors. So anyway, I am just low-key obsessed with these little letter beads and like putting them on everything. Like I put them on my crocheted coffee sleeve that I showed a couple videos ago. And yeah, so in addition to that, it is a trend for the Taylor Swift concert to make friendship bracelets with beads that just say different Taylor Swift things, like titles of songs or just like a lyric or, you know, something like that. So anyway, I already had some of the plain black and white letter beads, but I bought more letter beads. So I bought like a multi-pack. So this one came with more black and white, which is cool. And then it came with these like translucent rainbow ones. And then these are just like rainbow numbers and hearts. And then these are like white rainbow letters. And then we have black rainbow letters. So I'm excited to play around with those. And then I also, I already had, this was my seed bead collection. Basically we have cool tone, clear, warm tone, clear, cool tone, solid, warm tone, solid. But I wanted some more because like I don't have any pink or purple or anything like that. So I got myself some 4mm seed beads. I actually ordered the wrong size, so I had to return them and get different ones, but I'm excited to work with these because we've got pink, purple, we've got these like cool multi-chrome ones down here, and yeah, so I'm gonna be making myself some friendship bracelets. And of course I also got the little cord that you put those on, but yeah, and I probably am gonna be making more of those friendship bracelet scissor fobs. I actually have a tutorial for that coming soon, so I'll talk about that in a moment. But yeah, I did buy some more of those beads, so I'm excited to be crafty in a non-stitchy way, I suppose. And then the last thing I think that I had to talk about as far as haul goes is So there is a girl that I found online. Her brand is called V Hand Stitching, and she kind of went viral on Instagram for making this Taylor Swift Eras jacket. So it is a denim jacket, and she has printed out all the different album titles onto like fusible stabilizer, or no, printable stabilizer, and stitched all the album titles on this denim jacket. And I just think it is fantastic, and I really want to do one. And so I bought the little like PDF kit from her so that I can print my own little not fusible, I keep saying that wrong word, printable wash away stabilizer. That's what it is. I think it's like a peel and stick kind of thing. But yeah, so I'm going to try my hand at some embroidery. I have done embroidery before, but it was a really long time ago. So yeah, I have no idea if I even will have time to finish this jacket before the concert, because I'm going to see Taylor Swift in July. But we will see. I have to find a denim jacket first. I bought one at Target yesterday, but it just doesn't really go with any of my clothes, and it's too big for me. It really is just too big. I want it to work really bad, but it's just too big for me. So I'm gonna have to find a jacket, and honestly, if I can't find a denim jacket, then I might have to give up my dream of doing this. That reminds me of that scene from The Office. He is like, "This is a dream I've had since lunch, and I'm not giving up on it now." That's how I feel about this jacket. But anyway, so that's just kind of something that I'm thinking about doing very strongly. So we will see if I put it together or not. But yeah, so that's kind of everything I have to show you. I do have some more chattiness because I do have some kind of updates, like, if you will. So first off, Stitch North is at the end of this month, and I guess 2 weeks from now, when I would do Flosstube number 43, will be the day that I am coming home from Stitch North. So I will not be posting a Flosstube update on that day. However, I did film myself making the little friendship bracelet scissor fob thing. I don't even know what to do with it. Here it is. I filmed myself making these. So I'm gonna be putting together a tutorial for you guys. So that is what I will have posted in lieu of a Flosstube update on, what is that, April the 30th. So yeah, I filmed that footage last weekend, and I have not looked at it. So hopefully it's good to be posted as a tutorial. If not, it'll just be a watch me make friendship bracelets. Hopefully somebody's able to learn something from it, but whatever. Anyway, so that's kind of my plan for that. So that means Flosstube number 43 will be on like May the 7th, is that next Sunday. But yeah, so those are kind of my, I guess, channel updates. I am definitely bringing probably way more projects than I need to Stitch North. I'm definitely going to bring both of my Lola projects, and I'm going to start the Love Boat sampler with Liz and Shiloh, and probably also going to bring some other whips that I just haven't touched on in a while, or all year, and want to get some progress in on. So we will see. I am very excited to go. I still need to kind of plan out the logistics of my actual travel. I am driving, so that'll be fun. And yeah, it's gonna be a great time. I'm super excited. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope you enjoyed seeing Piper asleep in the background. She looks very cozy. And yeah, if you enjoyed today's video or just want to support me in general, I do have a Buy Me a Coffee linked in my description box. Any coffees that you buy will be put towards cross-stitch content for this channel. And I would like to thank a few people who bought me a coffee last time. That would be Sue, Kristen, and one anonymous coffee buyer. So thank you so much for your love and support. I really appreciate it. It totally lights up my day when I get an email saying that someone bought me a coffee, or someone downloaded my Meet Me at Midnight's pattern. It just feels very rewarding to feel appreciated by you guys. So Oh, thank you so much. I hope you're all having a great day, night, evening, wherever you are, and I will see you next time in, I guess, 3 weeks. Bye.